Hello everybody, my name is Mario5514 and welcome back to another Splatoon Talk video. In this video we're going to be looking at some more third weapon kit ideas for Splatoon 3. You guys liked the last two videos that I've done, so I decided to make part 3 for you guys. Also, if you guys have got the news, 9.3 for Splatoon 3 has just been released as of March 12th. So if you guys want to look at the patch notes of what has been buffed or nerfed, you can look on Nintendo Life or Nintendo.com, I think. Yeah, Nintendo Life would have the in-depth look of the buffs and nerfs that we've got for the main weapons, including some of the special weapons. And with that out of the way, let's get started. First up is the Grim Range Blaster. I think Burst Bomb and Tentamissiles would work for this weapon, and having its PFS at 180p. As the Range Blaster is one of the worst painting weapons, or one of the weapons that has the worst painting output. So giving something that could actually work with the blaster, as well as having a aggressive type support special, like the Tentamissiles, would definitely make this weapon very easy to control the battlefield with. Not only that, 180p for this weapon would definitely work, as 180 or 190p would work. 200p would just be very difficult to use your special. Even though Tentamissiles do have a cooldown, 180p would still work for this weapon. Not only that, this is a flashback to Splatoon 2, as the Grim Range Blaster did have Burst Bomb and Tentamissiles. So yeah, I think this would be one of the weapon kits they would give to Grim Range Blaster. I mean, this would definitely go along with the custom range blaster that has Splat Bomb and Kraken Royale. So I think Burst Bomb and Tentamissiles, or Burst Bomb and Killer Whale 5.1, would work for the Grim Range Blaster, and being another niche or another partner with the custom range blaster in turf battles and anarchy battles. Next up are the Tony Kensa Gloogadoolies. I think Fizzy Bomb and Inkjet would work, as the current Gloogadoolies kits are kind of doing okay right now, but I mean, it's still not, it's kind of getting a bit boring. But I mean, the Gloogadoolies having Splash Wall and Booyah Bomb is solid. The Gloogadoolies Deco having Point Sensor and Trizooka is basically a repeat of the Neo Sloshing Machine, which has Point Sensor and Trizooka. But I mean, giving the Tony Kensa Gloogadoolies Fizzy Bomb and Inkjet would definitely be something we would like to see, as it had Fizzy Bomb in Splatoon 2, but instead of having Ink Armor like it had in Splatoon 2, we would give it Inkjet. And not only that, Inkjet is one of those specials in Splatoon 2 that has reappeared in Splatoon 3 and has gone very well with many of the weapons that it's on, like the Anaki Splattershot Nova, the Charcoal Decavitator, and of course the Rapid Blaster Deco, because of the Torpedo Inkjet niche that it has, or the Torpedo Inkjet kit that it has. So yeah, I think Fizzy Bomb and Inkjet would work for these weapons if Nintendo added them. And not only that, the black and white that we see is definitely standout colors that are like, wow. Next up is the Fresh Squiffer. I think Suction Bomb and Inkjet would be interesting for this weapon, as looking back at Splatoon 2, the Fresh Squiffer did have Suction Bomb and Inkjet. And not only that, looking at the Squiffer kits of Splatoon 3, the classic Squiffer has Point Sensor and Big Bubbler, and the new Squiffer having Auto Bomb and Zipcaster. So I think Suction Bomb and Inkjet for the Fresh Squiffer would work, but Suction Bomb and Kraken Royale would also be interesting for it to have. You never know what the devs are going to do if they're going to add third weapon kits. But I mean, Suction Bomb and Inkjet would definitely be a weapon that people would like to use. And not only that, Inkjet would compensate for the Squiffer's short range but fast charging rate that it has. So yeah, this could definitely work next to Suction Bomb and Kraken Royale. Next up is the NZAP 83. I think Sprinkler and Inkstorm would work, as looking back at Splatoon 2, this weapon did have Sprinkler and Inkstorm. As Sprinkler would be a sub-weapon that you can use to take control of the zones, and then Inkstorm allows you to maintain control of the zones, as well as it has the healing effect that it has on your teammates while doing damage to your opponents. So yeah, this would definitely be a solid turf battle weapon, as well as a solid anarchy battle weapon if you're looking at splat zones. This would definitely be a much needed weapon in splat zones, as you're able to use the Inkstorm to rain on your opponent's parade, and just give yourself more of a supportive edge, as well as support your teammates on the side. So this could work. I mean, next to Point Sensor and Kraken Royale, this would definitely be a choice, but I don't know what Nintendo is going to be doing if they add the NZAP 83. They're probably going to give it something stupid, like Reef Slider or, just Crab Tank or something. Next up is the Tony Kensa Undercover Brella. I think Fizzy Bomb and Big Bubbler would work, as looking back at Splatoon 2, the Tony Kensa Undercover Brella had Torpedo and Ink Armor. However, the Torpedo is occupied by the Sorella Undercover Brella, and Ink Armor is non-existent in Splatoon 3. So Big Bubbler would be somewhat of the, shall we say, replacement for the Ink Armor, and Fizzy Bomb would definitely be a helpful sub-weapon for the Undercover Brella. I mean, as compared to the two Undercover Brella kits, one having Ink Mine and Reef Slider, and the other one having Torpedo and Splatter Color Screen. So yeah, Fizzy Bomb and Big Bubbler would definitely be more supportive, as well as allowing yourself to actually fight with this weapon. Even though it does have Big Bubbler, you are able to defend yourself and give the Undercover Brella something to defend itself or protect itself for a longer duration. Next up is the Tony Kensa Rapid Blaster. I think Burst Bomb and Crab Tank would be interesting, as looking back at Splatoon 2, it had Torpedo and Baller, but in Splatoon 3, the Rapid Blaster Deco has taken control or has occupied the Torpedo, so giving Burst Bomb to the Tony Kensa Rapid Blaster would be interesting to see, as Burst Bomb is another popular sub-weapon to use to combo off of. And Crab Tank would definitely give the Rapid Blaster something to control and defend at the same time. And not only that, it gives it an aggressive edge, and actually gives it an opportunity to fight with the Rapid Blaster Deco. So yeah, this would definitely work, but I don't think Nintendo would add it. But it would be a very good idea to see in-game. Next up is the Tony Kensa Octobrush. I think Auto Bomb and Super Chump would work for this weapon, even though looking back at Splatoon 2, this weapon had Squid Beacon and Tent Missiles. So I think Auto Bomb and Super Chump would definitely be a thing, but this would kind of compete with the NZAP 89, but I mean the NZAP 89 has 170p for its PFS, and I'm showing it with 190p. But I mean 190p would be acceptable for this weapon, but people would be leaning towards the NZAP 89 for its Super Chump spam. But I mean, it would be interesting to see the Tony Kensa Octobrush have this weapon kit, give it something to distract your players with, allowing you to move in and just be a pain in the butt, allowing your teammates to move forward a lot easier, as well as get into positions where they could maintain control of where you are. Next up is the Tony Kensa L3 Nozzle Nose. I think Splash Wall and Tacticooler would be interesting to see, as the L3 does have a faster firing rate, even though it's a burst fire weapon, but its shots are slightly weaker than the H3s. So I think having Splash Wall would work in protecting yourself, and Tacticooler would give him more of an aggressive edge. Even though this would kind of compete with the H3 Nozzle Nose, this would probably work much better than the regular H3. Having Splash Wall and Tacticooler would definitely give you a supportive and aggressive edge, but at the same time, you could also move around with ease compared to the H3. Even though with the H3, you have a slower firing rate, but you have increased damage, but the L3 has a faster firing rate, but with decreased damage. So Splash Wall and Tacticooler would definitely be something I would like to see in the future if Nintendo was wanting to add this weapon. Next up is the Tony Kensa Splat Roller. I think Splat Bomb and Splatter Color Screen would be interesting. I mean, looking back at Splatoon 2, it had Splat Bomb and Bubble Blower, and even though the regular Splat Roller has occupied the Big Bubbler, giving this weapon Splatter Color Screen would definitely make it more of a support related special, as Splatter Color Screen will definitely distract your players, as well as block their view. So yeah, your opponents will never be able to see where you are through the screen, but the drawback is you won't be able to see where they are. unless you press X to look at your map. But I mean, it would definitely give the Tony Kensa Splat Roller a support role, and actually maintaining your support stance on the battlefield next to the Splat Roller. Next up is the Tony Kensa Luna Blaster with Ink Mine and Wave Breaker. I think Ink Mine would be interesting to see for this weapon, even though Ink Mine would help for detecting where your opponents are when they set it off, marking where they are, and Wave Breaker would provide more of a support, as well as being a little bit of a meat shield for the weapon. And not only that, Luna Blaster does not have any support related specials or sub weapons, and Ink Mine and Wave Breaker would definitely work for this weapon. As looking back at Splatoon 2, it had Fizzy Bomb and Ink Storm, but the Fizzy Bomb is occupied by the Neo Luna Blaster, so Ink Mine would be the next best thing for it, unless other people would like a different weapon kit for this. This is only a concept of what it could have. Do I think it could be a thing? Possibly, if Nintendo wants to ruin it for everyone. Next up are the Tony Kensa Splat Dualies. I think Splat Bomb and Inkjet would work a lot for this weapon, as we don't have any dually weapons that have Inkjet. Aside from the Inkjet weapons that I mentioned, I think Splat Bomb and Inkjet would work. Splat Bomb giving you the poking power for the Splat Dualies. Firing power is fast, but it has short range. So the Splat Bomb allows for poking power, and Inkjet allows you to take it to the skies and blast your opponents out of the air, or from the air. So yeah, this would definitely work a lot for this weapon, and not only that, it would make the dualies look a lot more appealing than what we currently have. Next up is the Tony Kensa Mini Splatling. I think Auto Bomb and Ink Vac would be interesting, as Auto Bomb allows you to sniff out where your opponents are hiding, and Ink Vac allows you to suction where your opponents are, be a support player, and not only that, blast the charge shot from the Ink Vac back at your opponents, and allowing your teammates to move forward while your opponents are dodging the charged ink shot from the Ink Vac, and allowing you to be the biggest pain in the butt your team has had, and your opponents will want you out of the picture with this weapon. Do I think it could happen? It could be a possibility, but I don't think Nintendo would add it. And finally, we have the Tony Kensa Sloshing Machine. I think Splash Wall and Tent Missiles would work on this weapon, even though looking back it had Fizzy Bomb and Splashdown in Splatoon 2, but the regular Sloshing Machine already occupies Fizzy Bomb, so I think Splash Wall would be interesting to see. And not only that, Tent Missiles would give it more of a support role, allowing you to get a free recon of where your opponents are, and allowing you to scatter them long enough for you to move forward, or if they move towards you, you are able to finish them off a lot easier than trying to take them out from a distance, especially if they have a charger, because chargers suck at close quarter combat. So the Sloshing Machine would definitely overpower a charger. Do I think this could work? Possibility. Yeah, it could, but I don't think Nintendo would add it, and some people would have their doubts on this weapon, but I think the Sloshing Machine from Tony Kensa could have potential, but we just don't know what Nintendo could do for the third weapon kits. And that's it. That is all of the third weapon kits that we have. If you guys want to see more videos like this, or if you want to send your third weapon kit ideas, join my Discord server, which the link is in the description below. If you guys want to see more videos like this, just send a comment below. If you guys like the video, be sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, stay fresh.